Oh, yay. Hi,
And
Devo Site.
I like to get confirmation from somebody in the chat room that they can hear us.
Devo, can you hear us? We want to know. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful
Okay, cool. We got at
people.
least got the automatic thing
Oh,
come up. Okay.
awesome. So at least we know we're live on Twitch.
All right.
Do you want me to look at YouTube and check?
Nah, we're good as long as
Okay,
if
fine,
it
I'm
goes
not
out to
gonna-
one, it goes out to all.
Ooh, music.
Are you tired of being awesome alone? Well, so am I. So tonight, I invite our entire in to tell me how grateful she is for me. Let's go be grateful together.
I forgot my whiskey.
Uh,
Earth Station food.
you know, you always need a drink to do a show with me.
I know. I asked Shane because he's going to drink some of his new scotch. And so when I see him go to the bar, I will
Yeah.
say something.
Oh,
But-
because it's not in your nature at all. It pleased me to know it. If you just snapped twice and told them, you just point to the table, bring
No.
it to me.
That's not our relationship.
I know. That's why it's funny.
So the beautiful man did make dinner tonight, which was awesome.
My son's girlfriend's birthday is tonight, and we had Brunswick stew, and because that's her
Ooh.
favorite, and it was a
Nice.
good time. It was a good time.
Shane made green chili, no tomatoes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's very, very good. And he made homemade cornbread, which was
Very good.
excellent.
Did it have a box, or did he like ground up the corn? No, I don't know. I don't know how you make cornbread
No,
other
we
than out
took
of a box.
cornmeal and plain flour and others.
how you
I
do
don't
it?
know. I do not
I don't
make
know
the
either.
cornbread. I am not the cornbread maker in this family. Everybody has to have their jobs. I have to.
Devo says I have to drink to listen to podcasts with Charles on it too. Hey, I'm doing my best to make the world a better place. You're welcome. You're happier when you drink. I know Devo. I know you. I know me. We're all a little happier when we have just a little bit of drink in there.
Oh. Hopefully, when I see the husband come through, I will gently ask for some Jamesons and ginger.
And you know why she's not doing it herself, people?
Can I have
Is
some Jameson and ginger when you get yours? Thank you. Sorry, he
is-
was right
no,
there.
you're good. Perfect. It's because she doesn't want to leave me alone on this show.
No, no,
to-
you
to
cannot
run
be left.
amok.
No, there is no leaving Charles unsupervised.
So,
That gets a downgrade. It gets a thumbs down.
Now-
I've seen what happens.
we
Oh,
obviously,
no.
Oh, I'll make it better. That's it. I'll make it better.
Whatever. I just want to say, no, we are Southern. We do not eat sweet cornbread.
Get out of here.
We have
Sweet's
normal-
the best way to do it. Normal, tasteless, bland, crackling filled cornbread. Actually, it's not all that way, but I have
would
yet
eat-
to have a good Southern cornbread.
Oh, Shane makes a good cornbread. But I would just like to say we would be invited to the barbecue unless I'm mistaken.
I've been invited. I don't have to bring anything. So
We'll chat. We'll understand.
all right.
Earth
All right,
Station Boo had Hungry Howies. I've never had them.
We've turned into the dinner cast. I love it.
We have. I
love
love it. It's fun. I'm glad I ate
is so
before
good.
this too.
Yeah. All right. So
So do
we
have-
know it's not a literal shelf watch.
no.
But what's on your gratitude shelf watch?
What's on my gratitude shelf? Well, as I like to do my Vanna, our downstairs is looking really, really good, and I only have a few things to do upstairs. We have to move one chair, and that's the biggest thing. But I mean, I am so happy that we have very little to do before we go into the. I need a drum roll, Charles. Can I get a drum roll?
No, that's not it. That's not a drum roll.
That was so bad.
That was so bad. There you go.
Okay. And that then we might be in the, yes, you guessed it, office.
And we're looking at 2027, late 2028 on this. What are we
You're
looking
just
at
so
here?
mean. I'm not even talking to you. Go away. Well, you can't go away because you're running the show. So stay, but behave yourself. No, I have faith by the end of the year, actually. Because then we're going to start in the basement. And I'm very excited.
I did not know you had a basement.
Oh, we have a full basement with a workshop and a library.
For two people, you have a lot of stuff. And it's not like a hoarder situation.
No.
Typically, I know you rearrange some stuff, so you probably feel like your office. I mean, you haven't been able to get in your office. You probably maybe feel like that a little, but it's not. It's a very
No.
well kept place. It's not overly cluttered, except at Christmas when they have a bajillion Santa Clauses out. But that's because it's the holidays.
It's the holidays. They're
but
coming on
man,
Friday.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a
I did
basement
not know you had a basement. It makes sense the way the yard kind of trails down.
in the back. Yeah, so he
yeah.
has a nice workshop, and we have a library and a sitting area, and an electric fireplace down there.
Okay, is it just packed full of stuff too? Because I was like, why are you not podcasting from there? Because that sounds like a glorious place to be awesome together. A little electric fireplace, a little library set up, books behind you. Come on, it's Tyra all day long.
Well, okay, so the fireplace is in a different room than the library, and it's in the basement. So my guess is the signal would be crap.
It could be, depending on how your flooring is that leads in or from the first floor to the basement.
Yeah, so I will try it at some point once we get it done. The biggest thing it does not have, Charles.
Is me.
Okay, you can be number 2. The biggest thing it does not have is a bathroom.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that is part of the reason why we do not podcast down there, because,
I'll be willing to donate one of my 5-gallon buckets to the cause for you guys. All right.
somebody
I've
actually
irritated
suggested
too
we
much.
put a composting toilet down there, and I looked at them like, have you met me?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're going to eventually get a bathroom down there.
I hear you.
It's on the list after the front door.
I don't want to give up any space here in my studio, but there are definitely
Hang on
times.
just a second. I will be
All
right
right.
back.
She's leaving me alone. I can talk about what I want. So I'll just finish the thought because it doesn't matter. I don't want to give it the space in my studio, but I thought there'd be times it'd be nice to have a little ensuite, little tiny bathroom here. But yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have to have a bathroom downstairs before I can do lots of stuff. Hi guys.
So
Cheers.
Earth Station Boo
Sláinte.
is on your side for sure. Okay. So that's progress, and that sounds like it's good. And he's
We're
a heavy
getting there.
pour. I can see that on your
Did
face.
you see?
Yeah, he's a. Hey, the lime was just like a drip of lime or whatever it was. It's all Jameson. But so I'm actually excited. My shelf has excitement on it.
Oh yes, what's on your
I-
shelf?
I just have a new friend, and I think it's so cool. And
have a new friend?
Phil should be jealous. Josh Cooper uploads of fun. We really hit it off at the con and talked about doing a new show. We've talked about we've recorded 2 episodes, and again we haven't launched it. We're still getting an intro made. We're still working on some professional polishing of show, but we haven't let it stop us from making content. So we're making the Little Brown Pill podcast. Well, like today, we were just texting back and forth and just got on a random phone call. I was like, hey, it's because he did a video. I'm like, I paused it and showed my wife, like, look what he's wearing. And he's wearing this big shirt, and it has Chris Farley as Matt Foley. You live in a van down by the river. And had the suit on and everything. I was like, and there he goes, oh, that's why you guys are friends, because y'all like the same stuff. And like every time I turn around, and what's so funny is that his last name is Cooper. Aaron's maiden name is Cooper.
Oh.
And I even got her, and we were talking about him today, and he called, and we were talking, chatting, whatever. And then at dinner, and I get why she can't remember his first name. It's very white boy generic. And there's a lot of Joshes in the world. But I'm like, you should know his last name, and she couldn't remember it. It's hilarious.
Not
But
good. Gotta work on that.
She's done the 23andMe. I want him to do it to see if there's any kind of relation. That'd be kind of funny. Small world and all. But yeah, it's just fun to have another different creative outlet and a different person to talk to. And somebody, I mean, we'll get there, I'm sure, but there has yet to be something that we didn't just enjoy. This, we might have different takes on it, but everything that has just come up, like he's got religious trauma and likes to talk about it. He loves coffee. He's not quite as pretty as I am, but he can deal with that. It's quite all right.
I'm gonna have to think on that one a little bit.
And we probably should have him on to talk about managing all the different outlets, because that's how he makes his living. Is uploads of fun, produces. They produce all the videos and put them on all the things, and he can talk about algorithms and the aggravation and maybe what he does to overcome some of that.
Oh yeah, we can have you can sit in the corner and he and I will have an algorithm call. It'll be great.
I'll just throw in some comedy bombs, and
And that'll
all
be
right.
good. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we'll go look at you and be like, yeah, that's Charles. Okay.
Nah, I'd make you laugh.
You
I
do make
make
me
you
laugh. You
honey.
do laugh. So I do have a question since Steve Osite brought it up. Does your family or has your family ever done Elf on the Shelf?
That came later. I think the first set was already born before that really kind of came around. And I was very, look, plug it if you need to. I'll keep it as white label as possible. But I was very anti Santa. And I'll
Okay.
leave it at that in case somebody's listening. You know, whatever. It's your family. It's your whatever.
You know, or somebody that you co-host with that owns over 100 Santas. It's fine.
Well, it's not that. It's the
Oh, for the
other
kids.
part. Yeah.
Okay.
The with the kids. You know, the part I don't want to talk about. I'm all
Gotcha.
for the Christmas, whatever. I'm neutral
Yeah, I
on
get you.
Christmas.
I get you.
Yeah, I like it when somebody does it really well. But yeah, it's so I just part of it was like I buy it all. I want the credit type of deal. So by the time Elf on the Shelf came along, at first I didn't quite get the concept. I went until I met Bob many years later. That I was like, oh, you can terrorize your kids with it. That's amazing. And that was a story told on his first appearance ever on Wise and Nerdy, which was live at Chattacon. That's where we got, and he tells a great story about his stepdaughter. That's when you marry into the family, right?
Yes. Hey,
Yes.
PG.
So yeah, but yeah, I didn't. It's like
So you guys didn't do Alpha. Okay.
No, I mean, if you can have
It's
fun with
okay.
it, which I didn't realize. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who have fun with it, mess with their kids, but the whole, he's watching you. I'm like, I just didn't like it. Maybe because growing up, it was always the angels are always watching out for you. It changed to the angels are watching you. That Jesus is always watching you, and you're making them on that. So yeah, it's like I got enough government spies and Christian spies. I don't need an Elf on the Shelf spy. So.
They are weird. I mean, and there's a girl elf and a boy elf, and there's animals now. Because I won Teacher of the Year for the university one year, so that meant I got Cobb County Teacher of the Year stuff accolades as well. And one of the things that we got in there was because it was like all of Cobb County, mostly high schools and middle schools, was an Elf on the Shelf.
Okay.
And I got the book and the elf and a dog, and there was a lot of merchandise.
I'm surprised you didn't repurpose that into the white elephant gift giving,
No.
because that'd been hilarious.
Sorry, cat was chewing on the cord.
Again,
Well, I kept trying to find somebody to give it to, and none of the people that had babies were doing that. So, not that I can blame them, because, I mean, I've seen some really great Elf on the Shelf, but most of them were not fit for children.
I've got Snoop on a Stoop though. I got both versions. I got the original knockoff where they stole his image, and we ordered it from China because we're big Snoop Dogg fans, and he wasn't making it at the time. So we have that raggedy Snoop on the Stoop, which is Snoop Dogg dressed as an elf with something to smoke and chains and whatever. Then Snoop Dogg did it himself, and we bought
Okay.
that one instantly, and it is way better quality. So we have that Snoop on the Stoop as well.
Okay.
And he
so
just
you-
chills all
You
year
got
round.
Snoop, so
Yeah.
that makes up for no elf.
So, all right. But
Anyway, sorry
we
for the
are-
derail.
That's what
I
we
blame
do. We surf the
Devo
chaos.
Sites. That's Devo Sites' fault.
It's always Devo Site's fault. All right. Speaking of Devo Site, we're gonna have his voice here
Ooh.
on the show if I can figure out how to do it, because I totally we never do calls on the show, so I totally forgot to go get it and figure out how to play it. I know how to play it. I'm gonna do it on my phone, so it's gonna take me a second to get it lined up.
Oh, I get to talk.
So you get to talk.
Oh my gosh, people, this never happens. How's everybody doing? I'm just here. I'm drinking my Jameson's and ginger. If you've never had Jameson's with ginger ale, I strongly suggest it. It's very good. My dog is going crazy. My
You
cat
gave me a
was
bottle
trying
of
to.
Jameson's one year,
I love Jameson's.
but that was
I
that
give-
was like the white elephant gift one year. I got to
Oh,
take
yeah,
a bottle
yeah.
of Jameson's home.
We like good elephant gifts. My cat has chewed the cord. She's gone away now. My dog is running around. I have no idea what my husband is up to. And yeah, that's what we've been doing. He made me, as I was telling Charles, green chili tonight because my husband is allergic to tomatoes. It was excellent. And homemade not sweet cornbread because as my husband poked his head in here and had to tell me, he was not making a cake. He was making cornbread.
So you want to make a cake? Deep and mighty tasty. I don't remember. That's from Lazy Town. Love that show.
I have no idea what he's
Great.
talking about.
No, yeah, you wouldn't because
Okay.
it was out of Norway. God, man,
I
Finland.
like Norway.
Yeah, and Small World. Mary Robinette Cowell was a puppeteer on that show, and I got to tell her how much I loved the show when I got to interview her. It was awesome.
Oh, cool.
But it was, man, I hate it. Every time I try to remember the country, I can't remember it. Anyway, it was straight up a great kids show, very short run, and you really would only have reason to know it is if you had kids. So,
Gotcha. I have no kids, so
yeah.
I got 3 fur babies, and they're awesome. Is anybody else buying presents for their fur babies for this holiday season?
There's just like a non-corrupt government. There's no such thing as fur babies, and 2, no, they're animals. But Captain
Okay.
Grinch here, I'll
Yes.
admit that.
You are a rain on the season, my friend. You're like
It's not the season. It's untruth and it's animals.
I-
Two different things. Two different.
I raised him from since he was 6 months old. He is
He'll
my
eat your
baby.
face if you die.
Look, and he's getting
To
a
be
new.
fair,
He's getting a new coat for Christmas.
in a post-apocalyptic world, if I had to, I'd eat your face too if you died. So
This is why you're not on my. Hey, you can come to the house when the zombies hit list.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
you just-
say I'd end it for you. I'm just saying I'd
No, you just no.
You'd be nourishment to my body and soul.
No. You'd be nourishment to our shotgun. That's it.
There you go. Hey, I could feed a family of 4 for a while.
Truth, but let's not go there.
Okay, so I think this should work. Are you ready?
Oh, Earth Station Boo wrapped her gifts for her fur babies. Okay. Anyway.
And then I'm going to have to go back and add it in later because I don't think it's going to record on the tracks. But here we go.
Okay, Diva Side, here you are. Get ready, drum roll.
Hello, Tyra. I love the title. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Tyra's back with a brand new edition. And, and Charles too, by the way. I guess we should bring him into the fold.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyway, first Speak Pipe, pretty exciting. I hope you guys have a great show, and I look forward to hearing it.
So he's grateful for you. I think that's what that
I think
was.
that's it. I
That's
think
it.
that's lovely.
Thank you, Devo.
I love
was
that.
Perfect. All right. I'll have to download that one later. But so, yeah. All
And
right.
if you guys want to add what you're grateful for in the chat, we will broadcast it live and proud.
And we've got 4 questions that could be five questions that could be
Yes. Oh,
considered
5.
categories if you want.
Look at us being prepared. Shocker.
All right. The first one is one that I have had to focus on personally. That's why I really want to bring this to the table because I do hate the, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for family and friends. Sure you are. But everybody talks about that stuff. So when the times are tough, when it's hard, when you're feeling like the world's piling on you, what kind of gratitude do you practice to pull you out of that mindset?
So now he's asking me questions that I should already have answers for. Okay, so first off, I use my Finch app, and I love my Finch app because every day it says, name something you're grateful for. What are 2 things that lifted you up today is another one that I do. I have another one where I said, what are all the things that you're grateful for that are in your life that happens every 2 weeks? Every 2 days. So I've tried to incorporate into my Finch daily things that make me think about gratitude. And particularly, one of the ones that I do is sharing something about my day that I'm grateful for with my partner. Because I think that's important. I think it's important to make sure that he knows what's going on in my life and that I'm sharing the big moments that sometimes happen when we're not together. So for me, that Finch app has really helped me when I'm not feeling good to make me reflect on what I am grateful for.
I
What
like
about
it.
you? What about you? What do you do?
Well, it is moment to moment. It is situational. but I'll find something about the problem, about the negativity, about the pile on, about the frustration to be grateful for. Sometimes it is as simple as believing in myself, as in I don't in the moment, right?
Right.
But I've been through so many different things in my life, so many different things in my marriage, and I've always made it through. So I can be grateful for the past trauma, the past issues, whatever, because it shows me as long as you pay attention,
Yeah.
you can see the patterns, and I will make it through. I'm also, sometimes in that situation, I will say I'm grateful for whatever it is I'm learning from this moment. I'm grateful that tomorrow's another day. I just try to find something when the negative thoughts are spinning, when the negative emotions are spinning, to find an anchor and a light to pull towards, to say, it's passed a million times before. Right. It'll pass this time as well. And if that means, for some people, and I haven't hit that point yet, but if that means, seeing somebody about, if the gratitude doesn't help pull me out, then if that means seeing somebody about it and getting I'm still grateful for that process to get the medication that I may need to feel regular again. I don't like the word normal. I hate the word normal, actually, but you're regular, like functioning.
Like you,
yeah.
feeling like.
Yeah.
And I think that's sometimes the acknowledgement that getting out of bed is enough. Like, you do, like, sometimes
I agree mentally, but I have a hard time here with that.
Yeah, no, I do too. But sometimes it's that need to just be grateful for the fact that, hey, I got up and brushed my teeth today. And some days that's awesome. I also think that what Earth Station Boo said about music and being grateful for it, I think music can actually help when you're not feeling like you're doing as well as you want and bad things are happening. I think music can really help lift your mood.
It can. It doesn't hit as hard for me as it used to. But if and a real talking about being grateful that getting out of bed is good enough sometimes, that is super difficult for me. I've never thought of myself as a workaholic because the way it was through the 80s and 90s is different than I practice it today.
Right.
But I am addicted to doing things. And that is work of some kind, editing something, producing something. It's
Yep.
hard to push myself in the downtime of just playing a video game because I could flip on a camera. I could do that too. And yesterday, without going into a ton of details, yesterday was a crap day health-wise. It was just woke up bad, drug all day. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm staring at my computer going, I just need to hit that button. I just need to hit that button.
Been there.
I'll get to it. But it was because it wasn't a normal sickness. You have all these things in your mind, right? I wasn't feeling like anything like I had felt before, but I was definitely just worn down, dragging, tired, had a rough start to the day, and it just didn't get better. And I had to say, well, I'm grateful for the fact that by the time we hit this weekend, my entire month's bills were paid and had some left over.
That's wonderful.
So I don't have to sweat this week at all, being a last week of the month and a holiday week. And I mean, even today was better, but I was still dragging some. Didn't do as much as I would have today. So yeah, it's those moments of finding that thing that gets you going. Boo says my Panda Rocket Planner that has a section to write every day, to write 3 things I'm grateful alongside my goals and for the day and my affirmations.
Yep.
So
and I think that's really important. Those affirmations can really help lift you and get you in a better gratitude. Kaz and I actually share a goal on Finch that it says, give myself permission to rest. And she's actually the one that started that. And it's so important. Like, I am always trying to be doing something and to be like, no, I can actually just sit here. That sounds awesome. Let me do that.
Yeah.
And be grateful for the fact that I can sit there and enjoy the moment.
And I do heart the different affirmations that come through. I liked this one recently. Who I am now is more important than who I was in the past.
Yep.
I'm allowed to forgive someone without making space for them in my life again.
Absolutely. And you actually don't have to forgive them. You can just
personally
move on.
believe forgiveness is about me and not them. That's one of the few things I was taught in the church that I really resonated with me. So that one, because I feel like if I don't, I may never tell him. It's not like I'm going to look him up to the face like I forgive you, and I'm not going to make space for you. But I'm not going to carry the trauma of whatever anger or hurt I'm carrying with me. Now,
you can just be indifferent.
yeah. Now, if it's something that I think that's the case, right? If it's something that's like, well, you pissed me off then, and I'm indifferent, absolutely. But I find if it's something, sometimes I just say I'm going to let it go.
Right.
Whatever that means to you. So those are some dark side ones or pile on ones, whatever. Okay. And we kind of touched on this, how you express gratitude in your daily life. Now, let's get a little more granular on that.
Yeah.
When you do your Finch, do you do it first thing in the morning? Do you do it in the evening? How do you?
I do some of them first thing in the morning, or I try to, and I need to get back in sync of doing it first thing in the morning. I did better today, so that's good. But most of the time I do my gratitude before I go to bed. Just because to me, that's where it fits in my day. I'm reflecting on my day, on what I was grateful for, what were the things that lifted me up. So for me, I do a lot of gratitude work at night because I'm winding down. That's when I'm trying to get my brain to shut up. And one of the things I can do is try to focus on the good things in life, or at least what were the good things that happened today. And so for me, mostly at night, though I do my affirmations in the morning, because I think that's a good way to start the day. And I do my gratefulness at night. I guess that's kind of how I balance that.
Yeah, mine's always moment to moment. I don't really plan anything out or do anything on a schedule. I'm more of that chaos surfing goblin that's out there. When I do realize it or that's needed, I use it. And this might sound a little weird to everybody, but I practice some of my gratitude and apologies. Now, I know who I am. And this happened earlier today. The chaos me put Tyra in a place that Tyra did not like. And while I am not sorry for being me, I also recognize the moment of what happened. So I express gratitude for having Tyra around by going, hey, first let me acknowledge and say I'm sorry for saying it this way and pushing you to the spot. And by all means, I can see where I hit in some spaces that were not great to hit. And because I know him, I'm not apologizing for him, but I am that it's a gratefulness / apology at the same time going, hey, I am grateful for you here. So I will say and mean the words, I'm sorry that's how it happened.
Right.
And we were able to pull it back. Because
and we talked about how we're going to approach things in the future so that we don't have that conversation.
Because, man, I'm a visionary, and I see things 5, 6, 7 steps in a row. And I typically try to pull that back. So my wife doesn't see it that way. Most of the people I work with don't see the world that way. So I know how to pull it back. I just was in a riding high kind of moment over the last couple of days with some ideas and this and that and where things can go. But I just started going, brrr, and she's asking me literal questions, and I'm giving her possible answers.
You're
and
not
she's
giving me answers.
No.
like, answer the question, Charles.
Yeah. But that's part of gratitude is saying you're sorry. And this is what I try to teach my kids. Saying you're sorry or I apologize, the words I apologize, doesn't mean you're fully taking ownership of something. Like with my wife, there's once or twice this happened, probably more than this, but at least once I can remember that I said something and immediately she starts to blow up. I'm like, whoa. Whatever happened here was not the intent. I'm sorry because I didn't intend to hurt her. And the moment she got hurt, now it may not have been me that hurt her, maybe been some trigger inside, whatever. But did I intend to have a explosion in a painful moment? No. So I am sorry that happened. It's like when people say, and there goes Tyra. When people say, I lost my mother. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes that's just a thing to say. And sometimes it is very much a connection, right? But the idea is if you did something wrong, you take ownership of that. But when you did something without malice intent and yet it still had a negative effect, there is no harm to go, I'm sorry that happened.
Right. But there's also taking ownership of, I didn't know that's how that was going to work out. But you're right. I shouldn't do that again. Like we had a conversation about do not do this. Like, do not make decisions about bat without both of us.
Oh
being part of
yeah,
that
because that's
decision.
exactly when I was talking. That's exactly how I was going off. When that was never really what I was doing. I was just going to where I know I'm going to the promised land 5 steps down the road, right? And got all these ideas and let me see. And so the reason I said because that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother discussion somewhere else. Like, now there's sometimes when you say something and someone else explodes, that had nothing to do with it. But today,
Right.
totally, yeah.
I did not explode. I was very
No, you
nice.
didn't. You didn't.
So.
You said no, and the vacuum went inside, and he was like, tick, 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 tick.
I'm like,
And like, oh,
We're
no,
gonna have
let's
to talk
cut the
about
red
this.
wire. I got you. Don't worry about it.
it's gonna be fine.
It is.
Yeah.
Because there's chaos writing to be had, and then there's like, all right, not every ride can be a chaos ride. We've got to
Yeah.
figure things. And I totally had that plan in mind of figuring it out. So I had to stop. Go, okay, sorry. Answer number 1 is here's this piece. That's all I have because I haven't got inside the gate yet. But Wonderland Charles is like, we could probably go bling, 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 bling. And she just tunes out the blings. And it's,
Well, I know I heard all the blings, but I was going, but you still have not answered my question.
well, after we cleared it up, I think you tuned
He
out
did.
all
He
the
did
blings.
finally get around to the I don't have an answer for your question, which is fine.
Okay, so.
But anyway, that's also, remember last week's episode about collaboration? Hey,
Yes,
there was some gratitude and collaboration going on right there.
there is. All right.
What were we talking about, Charles, before we derailed ourselves?
Gratitude, because I
Well,
you
I know we were talking about gratitude.
I was gonna say the daily express the
Oh,
gratitude
yes,
daily
yes.
life. So what style of gratitude do you like to give? Like when you're very grateful for something, how do you like to express it?
So usually in written words. Sometimes I'll speak it, but I think cards and written acknowledgement is something somebody can go back to and remember. Like I have a box of letters from my students upstairs that they gave me one year that are just
Wow, there's something going on with the connection tonight. Is it the cat?
why do you keep losing?
Is it a
No,
cat shooting?
I think it's you.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna check the stream because I don't. On my side, I don't go anywhere. You disappear and come back, so I'm
Well,
not sure.
It's raining here. I will say that.
You know what? I'm gonna vent just for a second. It is 25. How in the world is there any internet anywhere that gets affected by the weather at all unless it's super extreme? Come on, world, get together. I don't know. All right, so you were starting to say how you like to express gratitude. You said written words.
So yeah, I have this box of letters from my students, and I can pull them out and read them, and they were gratitude from them to me, and
That's
why
nice.
I think sometimes I like to write stuff so that somebody can go back to it in one of those maybe moments where they're not feeling as strong or they're not feeling like life is going well. They can, if they see that letter I wrote or see that text I sent, they can go, oh yeah, okay, I did really good this day. I can do really good again. And so for me, I do a lot of that. I'll do a lot of spoken as well in the moment, like being grateful within the moment of something happening. But if I'm reflecting on something somebody did, I'm going to try to put it in writing one way or another, just so they can reflect on it.
I get that. I probably should do more of that, honestly. I do like when I get some of that sometimes. I use the phrase, I appreciate you. Like I'll try, if I'm looking at somebody, I'll look them in the eye and say that. Turn the tone up, man, I really appreciate you. Or,
Yeah.
I really hope you get, a great day today. Something, it's all in the tone for me. And I like giving that to people and money, honestly. If it's a situation where I have it and I can do it, and whether it's called for or not. I mean, not, most tipping situations are like food and valet and some kind of direct service, but there's nothing stopping you from, giving anybody a tip. Like, man, I appreciate you. Here, you did a great job. Thank you. Type of deal.
Oh.
I try to do that with the volunteer team until this past year. It's a financial thing, but we'll get back to it. Boo says, depends on the person and situation, but for close friends and family, I bake for them. All right.
I like that. I like baked goods. Just saying.
Yeah. What other ways? Because I feel like there's so many different ways.
We'll take people to dinner or have people over. Shane loves to cook for people. So we'll definitely do that. Sometimes being grateful is just picking up that phone and calling somebody, especially if you
Yeah.
know they're not in the best of places and really need to hear those words of gratitude and then back them up by sending a text afterwards that says, "Hey, I just wanted to say again how grateful I am for you."
Sometimes it's in actions as well.
Yep.
So like Phil and Dennis, I'm wearing one of Dennis's shirts, like in Solomon's Odyssey. This is the shirt from the last Kickstarter, I think it was, and those two and I have just interacted so many different times and worked together, and we're good friends and all that stuff. And so, like at DragonCon, last minute when they turned around and go, "Hey, we already knew that they had to go to the airport, but it's like, look, is there any way you could take us to the airport? I mean, we can call an Uber and that's fine. And honestly, if it hadn't been for Devo, that wouldn't have been possible. But that was the gratitude that's how I live out gratitude, I guess, is going, you know what? I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I asked either one of them for anything, including like, look, I really need you. I need you to fly down this weekend. They'd figure out a way to make it happen. Right. So anytime, and they have, not quite that extreme. I mean, none of us did that extreme, but it's like, let me see what I can work out. And they're both like, it's fine if you don't know pressure, and just and we worked it out because Devo was there and he was able to help with that. But going because I'm exhausted, right? It's the end of DragonCon, I'm already packed up, but then going that extra step and going, I mean, instantly, I will definitely think about that and see what I can do because it's just that gratitude
Right.
that comes out.
Well, and there's your buddies.
Kaz in the back channel says, sometimes the best way to show gratefulness is by listening and hearing. Yeah, and without comment. Yeah. I thought about it. Thank you for bringing that back up. Because sometimes that is how I think we all, both, well, me, you, and Kaz, being all here in this situation, that we show gratitude sometimes. Just like,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, sometimes gratitude is acknowledging somebody and where they are. Particularly if somebody is in a point in life where it's not great. That's a point where they probably need to be heard more than anything. And by hearing somebody and really listening to them, that's a certain kind of acknowledgement that can really turn somebody around if they feel like they've been heard.
Now, I won't speak for men in general. I know I'm a problem solver, and it's I have to be actively listening to not solve the problem. Like, I have to be really focused on what you're saying, because everything in me hears, we could do this, we could do this, we could fix this. You're not asking for a problem to be solved. You're really wanting to solve it yourself, and you're talking it out. Well, the you being the virtual you, being typically my wife. But
anybody here.
Yeah. Because, all I want to do is like, I can fix that, and that's not the issue. But gratitude can be shutting up and giving them what they need.
Well, and Scott Moore, actually, our dear Groove is for Life, did that once with me. I was upset about something, and he's like, okay, do you need help solving it, and just want me to listen? And I'm like, just listen. He's like, fine, I'm here, let's go. And so he clarified I love the fact that he clarified from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she just wants me to listen. Okay, cool, I'm down. And I think that's true with my husband. He always wants to fix whatever is wrong, especially if it's concerning me, because he wants my life to be good. And so sometimes I just need to complain and whine. But obviously, today it's whiskey.
Now, as a creator, I just put up our station booth thing where her dad's a fixer. So for the podcast, I don't remember what I was about to say. As a creator, I give recognition and credit. I don't even put to those who deserve it. It's like, if you did it, you get the credit. And I think I even talked in one panel at Conjuration Yeah. Me and Bob were doing the Be Awesome Together teaching panel. And I was like, and Joe came up with this great idea on publishing because it was him. And by no means do either one of us care about who did what inside of this company and this and that and the other. But that's my gratitude as a creator. I will call out, Devo site made me the gavel for Wise and Nerdy.
That's awesome.
And I like giving recognition to people. Like we always call it Earth Station Boo and people who show up here live. That's because as a creator, that's gratitude. I'm thankful that you showed up this week. When we say you're missed when you're not here, it's never a guilt thing. It is a connection thing that we have. You even checked on Valencia after a while.
I know. It was like girlfriend.
Busy. Yeah, and then she came and saw us live at Dragon Con, and it was like, yeah, that's enough of Charles for the rest of the year.
Yeah, she was done with you. I mean, I don't know what you did. But
I don't know what to do. Mustard!
She's gone. So great. She'll come back.
But no, that's life. But as a creator, I applaud, like when a big celebrity, this is early days of internet, when they first would get on to something and do a chat, and they were just so grateful to have people talking to them. They were trying to read every chat, but because they are well-known celebrities, flying by and this and that and the other, I'm like, that's a problem that I do want to have, but it's still going to be a problem. Of course, now we have moderators and we have tools that can mark this for later and those kind of things that we didn't have back then. But that's it. It's I'm grateful for everybody that shows up. I'm absolutely grateful for people who add to the conversation and connect. And so we definitely want to, I hate the word shout out because it feels like, it just to me in the way I've come up through digital media, one of the things we could give away is we give you a shout out. So if you're a Patreon, we'll shout your name out. And it's more than that. It's more than that, oh, you gave us money and now we're going to say, hey, we couldn't do this if it weren't for the people. Right? So, and at some point.
To acknowledge what you mean to us.
Yes. Acknowledgement. Did I start on that one? What type of? No, you said words and those kind of things too. Gotcha. Written
I
word.
have no idea.
It's
all just I'm drinking, Charles.
Not enough. Not yet. Well, okay. You are going nice and fast there.
I was very no. And I'm a lightweight because I don't drink much anymore. But after this, I'm having cake.
I hear you.
I'm very excited. I'm grateful for the bakery we went by.
Okay, a little side note. So, it's so clunky to say my son's girlfriend. And I know they've been together 3 years. They're moving towards the next stage of life, whatever that means for them, which is one form or another of being together.
They're going to level up.
Huh?
They're going to level up.
Yeah. That could mean an engagement. That could mean just getting a place together, but and acting. I mean, they're together, but it's weird because it's not there to say, my future daughter-in-law, because things do change every once in a while, but I don't see it happening. Anyway, all that being said, I digress. She wanted a cookie cake, and the most awe moment of this is I actually came up with it and told Erin a couple weeks ago. I was like, her birthday is Thanksgiving week, right? She's like, yeah. It's it's been 3 years. I think we should do dinner or something for her. I mean, she's been around this is third birthday or something with us.
Your son for that long.
Yeah. No, she's got the love eyes on him. He's good. So Erin's like, yeah, I think we should. And so we asked her. Now the awe moment was not me taking credit. The awe moment was the next thing. Is we asked her would you like to go out or have dinner here? And she loves my wife's cooking so much. She's like, is it? No, I want to have dinner here. And my wife's like, oh, okay. What do you want to have? She goes, I don't know. I'm like, oh, BS. You want Brunswick stew? And she just laughs because that's her favorite. Anytime we make it, she can sense it. Oakland didn't even have to tell her. She could sense it, and she's running to the house. And for a while, I gave her grief about, you're taking my Brunswick stew. Now we just make extra. And so, yeah, that was, Erin's like, okay, well, what kind of cake would you want? She goes, oh, you can make a cookie cake. Because she's like, she just believes my wife can make anything. And we don't, we do not do cookie cakes in this house. It's just, it's so hard to do. And we
they
haven't
are
really
hard.
put the time
to
in
get
to
them
figure
all
it out.
to get it done everywhere. Yeah.
And decorate and all that. We'd much rather just, she would do any other cake basically. But anyway, Publix, people, Publix cookie cake. I'm used to, the paper thin, maybe, that little thin cookie cake, which is a little bit of icing on the edge and some writing in the middle. As my 14-year-old said, that cake was thick with 3 C's. it was a good 3/4 inch cookie cake.
Damn.
With at least a quarter, if not more, covered in icing and just enough space to write "Happy Birthday, Haley" on it. So, just saying, if you want a little bit more cake, a little less cookie, but still have it taste like cookie, Publix has got you.
Publix is, well, I have to say, Publix has a pretty good bakery. Their cookie cake is thick.
Yeah, I would never go get a cookie cake here, but Taco Bell. Taco Bell's got some great thick burritos if you really need.
Oh my gosh.
Finch told me today that I needed my Taco Bell. It's a nice
Finch
collaboration.
did not tell you. No, Finch or Calm or Wendy's did not tell you.
We're going to get you the Finch sponsorship for the show, but we're also going to get the Taco Bell sponsorship for the show. It's the split duality here.
Do not fit.
Oh, I am so grateful for how much Taco Bell makes me feel happy in my life.
It is cheap.
My comfort food. It is good and cheap. And yeah.
I'm still upset that all the Del Tacos are gone.
I get that. I never really dove into it. I tried it once, didn't care for it. And
there was one on Chastain that was really good, but it's gone. So here's to them.
So still with the gratitude, how do you know, Tyra?
Yes.
When someone expresses authentic gratitude? I know exactly when it's not authentic.
Okay, so this is actually what my husband loves about me, but it's probably not one of my better traits. I am very Pollyanna. And
All right. Not to be funny, but we do need to explain what Pollyanna is, because it comes from our generation.
True. Not polyamorous.
No.
That's lovely if you are. We are not. Pollyanna means that it's like seeing the world through rose-colored glasses.
There was a Disney movie in the 70s, I think, that was named Pollyanna, and that was it. Yep. Her whole outlook was everything's cheery. And I never watched
beautiful,
it. I just knew the references.
Fine.
Yeah, and so I have to remind people every once in a while that that's not a movie that stuck around. So to say we're Pollyanna just means it's okay. It's so fine. Yeah.
No, and that's me. That's like my entire being is that I don't think bad of people until they do something that makes me think bad of them, and then I can't go back. So, I wear rose-colored glasses, but if ever I take the glasses off and I see you for who you really are, and it's not good, I can never go back. I can't. You're just gonna have to sit over there in the corner because I can't deal with that. And so, in general, I approach life that people tell the truth and are good people, and that they don't have ulterior motives. And that's not true at all. That's a lie. So I try to take people for what they say, but there is a part of me now that goes, but did they mean that, or were they getting a joke on me? Because I had an acquaintance in a group that I was with, and I'm going to cough, so please hold. She once made a comment about my eyelashes, and I thought she was being really nice about them and how pretty they looked or something, and I forget what she said. And then about 5 hours later, I went, oh, that's why you had a smirk on your face. You were couching it as a compliment, but really you were being mean. You were being a mean girl, but you were doing it for your own enjoyment, which is in some ways worse because it was only the two of us. And I don't see people like that. I was like, oh my God, she was being a mean girl.
Petty little woman.
Yeah. And it wasn't even petty. She was just having a go at me for her own humor, for her own enjoyment. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like she had a group of people with her that were also in on the thing and they were all laughing. She was doing it purely for her own amusement.
And then later, you can imagine the story is, oh man, this woman, it's so horrible. And I was so sarcastic. She didn't get it. But here's the world I try to live in. Now, I'm with you. For the longest time, I wanted to believe that people told the truth, are honorable, mean what they say. They don't. This is not the case. However, because I'm a world builder, I still believe in a world that we can be in, that is the case. And I live that way. I say what I mean. I tell the truth. I sometimes cushion it in a little bit of goodness. I don't give the whole brutal truth, which I think is a fault of mine sometimes. I mean, I shouldn't be punching everybody in the face all the time with honesty.
Brutal truth is
But-
just people wanting to hurt each other. That's what that
But
is.
there's a more stronger brew of coffee. If you watch my caffeinations, there's a stronger brew of truth than what I give. I'm giving like decaf truth when you, Tyra, can handle caffeinated truth, and most of the people around me can't. And those who can't, I need to find out because you can't hang with me. That being said, I try to build that world internally and say, no, there's a world where I can mean what I say, and you can mean what you say, and we can do the Yankee / fill in the blank thing of no, I don't want to do that, and it doesn't mean you're crap, right? And to the people that maybe have tried to compliment me like that lady and be snarky about it, I do not care because I take every compliment as a serious compliment. So someone's like, "Hey man, nice beard." I'm like, "Cool, thanks." And internally I'm like, "Awesome. I love my beard. Awesome. I love your shirt. Awesome. I love my shirt." You know, those kind. And so they can be petty and snarky and damaged little peons like that lady was, and it will never affect me because somebody later could be, "Well, don't you think they were being snarky?" I really do not care. They threw something out, and I took it for what it looked like and made it mine. And it was a compliment, and I feel great about what I do because I'm happy with myself. And the last time I can remember having a situation like yours, I wasn't that way. And I was looking for brands of clothes and whatever, and the only place I could find a certain brand I was looking for was at the mall, and these young girls were trying to be snarky, and I just didn't even catch it because I was so excited to see the clothes I wanted to wear. And for context, big white guy to them in an urban store, which is whatever you think that means, it means. And they didn't think I belonged there, and I did not care. I was like, I found what I wanted, and they weren't going to help me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go and buy this online, and you guys aren't going to get any commissions today. Thanks. And I just left. And I was pissed about it.
Right.
But I still didn't let it ruin my clothing choice experience. I think that's one of the things that helped switch my brain going. I was mad about it. I was upset about it. I lived in it for a while. But I was like, those are just petty little bleep heads. And they have nothing left in their life right now. And I got a hot young wife I'm going to go back and have fun with. And I got some great clothes that fit me and I like them. And they didn't get any of my money. So on them.
Yeah, I guess the thing for me is realizing that there are people like that out there.
Yeah.
So while in a sense you have rose-colored glasses, in the sense that you're just ignoring where the compliment comes from, you're just accepting it.
It's a rose-colored shield, if you will. It passes through the shield and
I'll
turns
take
into
that.
rainbows.
But for me, it's the realization of, oh, I can't trust her. And that's an important realization for me to have because
Yes.
I am way too trusting. And I don't think about
Yes.
people having ulterior motives. So whenever I have that moment and I'm like, oh, okay, well, now that changes everything about our interaction from here on out. So for me, that's a really important thing to acknowledge because then that person's not going to get, you get one time to pull the wool over Tyra's eyes and that's it.
So, when was the last time you felt authentically thanked?
Probably yesterday.
All right. What was in general? What was
But
it?
I mean,
How did it
the
land?
hubby and I have been doing a lot around the house, and I went through. So when my mom passed away, I ended up with most of her stuff, and so I went through some of it when she died, and some of it ended up in our shed, and it's been there for quite a while, and so I've been. Shane is making a concerted effort to get the shed organized, which we need to do. And so I've been going through mom's stuff. And so that's been really hard for me and letting lots of it go and saying that it's okay to let this go. And so, yeah, he was expressing his gratitude about that and thankfulness. So
There you go. And that lands. That lands. And going into this last question, how do you respond to gratitude There's one, and it plays, I didn't know it would, it just works out this way, but it plays into authenticity. There's this lady, just positive as can be, just this and that and the other, and she always tells me how amazing I am at podcasting. Always. Every time I see her. She is barely listening to anything I've ever done. I did some stuff with her husband for a while, and actually I'm going to get back into that with the EMS school and whatnot. But, and for a while, I'm like, okay, I'm just shutting you out. Because all you say is I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. But I know you don't know what I do. And so that's an empty gratitude to me. That was a mistake on my part. Because she was grateful for me. She was with everything I did. And she says all the time, I'm so grateful. We're so grateful you're here. So thankful you're here. And to a point, when you don't live in gratitude, that can be a bit much and sound like a bit much. But what I've learned to do is I look and go, I know you are. And I appreciate that about you. You know, you really are grateful, even though it's like speaking another language, the way she expresses her gratitude. Because for me, how I can accept gratitude is when I know I've done something and then somebody goes, man, we appreciate the track every year, DragonCon. I get plenty of kudos, plenty of calls out. I love being celebrated. That's one of my love languages is gifts. Number one, Christmas coming up. Throne. It has a thing on there.
Oh my God, Sir Station Poo, you have unleashed the Kraken on Throne.
But I like being recognized, light shined on me, celebrated, if you will. But with the con, I love that it's spread out. Like the gratitude I get is the same gratitude that you get. It's the same gratitude that Joe gets, that Devo gets, because that is really authentic gratitude. And we've done a lot together. And to have people recognize that and say that hits for me very authentically. And how I receive that is some version of thank you back. I appreciate the acknowledgement. And you can always see it on my face. I mean, there's always a smile, always I do. I really appreciate that. So how do you receive gratitude?
Well, and I think part of this is also compliments. Let's go there as well. Is that not diminishing them, I think, is one of the biggest things. So, like as a female, sometimes somebody will say to me, oh, I love that shirt. And I'll go, oh, I got it really cheap at blah, blah, blah. And that's not the answer. It's thanks.
Yeah.
I love it too. Or, just being grateful for whatever somebody offers. Like lately, my hair, like you can't really see it online, but my pink has been outstanding. And every day I get complimented on my hair every single day. And I've gotten to the point where I finally am just like, I'm just going to absorb that. I'm going to absorb the fact that, yeah, my pink hair is pretty cool. And spend a moment in that being grateful for the fact that somebody said something. And so I think that's the hardest thing, particularly if you're not the rock god of podcasting and you have imposter syndrome, or you don't feel like you ever do enough, or you're a perfectionist. If you have any of those and somebody tells you how good you look or how good you did at this, or that, oh, I really appreciated the work you did on this, you have the tendency to diminish it, when what we really need to do is stop and be in the moment and let our body absorb it and feel it, so that we can, in those moments that we talked about at first, when things are not going well, that we can actually pull that moment back up and go, okay, my hair looks like crap today, but every day this week, somebody's told me how cute it was.
Right.
Yeah. So it's about more substantial things than hair. But I think that's really important. And Earth Station Boo said receiving a compliment is so hard for her. And I think that's true for a lot of people. I know for me it is too. I am always trying to deflect it or say, oh, well, I didn't do that much. And we need to not do that. We need to bask in our glory, like the rock god of podcasting.
Practice the phrase, love you, man, or thanks, bro. Something like that. Parts of me were born this way. I don't get to talk about this very often, so I want to take the moment to say, until I became grateful for myself and started saying that every freaking day, all the lonely moments, all the empty spaces, all the work I did in 21 plus years of digital media, 90% of what I've done has gone unnoticed, gone unseen. People just didn't know except for me. And to tell myself I did a great job, that's how I got to where I am today, to where I can accept a compliment because I know I do a great job. Plus, you get recognition somewhere along the way. Something planted. I should be nominated. I play with my ego and this and that, but for real, I should be nominated for a freaking Lifetime Achievement Award or whatever they call it, the different podcast awards, and nobody's nominating me yet. I'm going to find out next year how to do it because I've earned it. I was there at the beginning. I've done all this stuff, but nobody's seen it. And so I came from my background where I was torn down. So yeah, where part of me was born to go through this world and not feel like I'm an imposter. I had other issues to overcome, and I only overcame them by going, I think I'm awesome. I am great. And then I live in that, and that energy comes out when you're talking about, oh, you woke up and you feel like your hair's a mess today. And then you go out and someone's like, oh man, your hair looks great. I love the pink. Or, those kind of moments where somebody I had one the other day. I was in Waffle House wearing one of my jerseys I feel, I shouldn't, but I feel a little weird wearing, which is my drag queen jersey. Because I never quite know the situation. When it's still deep south, it's still
right.
I'm not in Atlanta when I'm wearing it. Atlanta,
Atlanta's totally different.
Different than I'm on the suburbs, but it's still iffy. But I said, screw it, I want to wear it, and I wore it loud and proud. And I had an African American young man who I did not see being the person to say this, like, "Hey man, I really love your jersey," and I'm like, "Cool man, thanks," and that helped in that moment. It's like, okay, because I was maybe feeling a little self-conscious, but I designed it. I love what I did with it. I wear it with true pride because I support the community and this and that and the other. Right. And I let go. I had forgotten all about the what ifs. And I like that you're accepting that. Like, hey, I might not be feeling my best today, but somebody said, I love your outfit. I love your hair. I love your smile, your face, whatever. One of the earliest compliments I got that probably set me on a little bit of this path, because I was still in the downbeaten, downtrodden days. I was 18 years old, working as a janitor at a church. Not very glorious at all. And some lady that I did not interact with a lot, I don't remember her name. I interacted with her enough, but not a lot. And she's like, man, I just always love seeing you here because you just have this countenance. You just have this joy about you. It's always on you. And you just make me so happy when I see you. I'm like, shut up, ever. Not as, but kind of. I was like,
not.
What? I'm like, okay, cool. I had no idea how to. I went, okay, thanks. I mean, very awkward 18, and dismissed it for the longest time, but it landed, and it helped spread that light into the darkness that I was carrying. And then I started, hey, if I'm in my darkest moments, and she said I'm full of joy, I must not be full of darkness. I must be full of joy, and that. I think that helps. The more, that's a good one. The more you give compliments, the more you feel gratitude.
It's true. I mean, I try to, I really, really try to compliment people throughout my day, like on anything, like various things, just because and actually I got this from one of my students back when I taught at Shorter. He said, okay, this is a little misogynistic, but it works. He said that he compliments a lot of women on how they look, and he doesn't mean anything by it because he knows that they're going to go home and somebody, whoever their partner is going to benefit from it.
Nice.
Because they're going to feel better about who they are. And I think that's true. I mean, it doesn't have to be in a sensual way or any way. It could just be that, okay, you lifted that person up. And even if it was something simple, then that can help them push through the thing that is not simple.
Yeah. There's one here by Boo again. Listener of the show, MVP, most valuable podcast listener today, MVPL, Earth Nation Boo. The daily affirmations have helped, but there's still there's someone else better. And let me tell you, it was a defense mechanism at first when I first started podcasting, and people would it's crabs in a bucket. Everybody would try to pull each other down. It was not the best of times. It's way better now. I was like, everybody's afraid of stealing stuff. And I said this, you can take all my stuff. You can try to tear me down, whatever. But there's nobody as great at being me than me. End of story. True. And that's true for you, Tyra. That's true for you, Boo. There is nobody better at being you. And that's where that one quote that changed my life that I've always quoted says, what you do is not who you are. So is there a better sound producer? Yeah. I mean, Scott Moore is a much better sound producer than I am. Can we work together? Yeah, we could definitely make some stuff together. But he's a specialist. When he does it, he's better. Yeah. But he is best at being him. What he does is not him. Me, being an audio engineer is what I do. It's not who I am. Understanding who I am, which I'm doing more and more every day. And I think you are too, Boo. I think you are too, Tyra. Cause it changes what you do. And just get rid that. I wish I could phrase this right because I heard it so well. It's one of those moments you hear on TikTok. You're like, oh my God, that's brilliant. And I didn't like internalize it and write it down. But it's like when you say things like, nah, there's somebody better, or, they think there's somebody better. Who? It's you in your head, and you're committing conspiracy theory against yourself. And if you wouldn't listen to somebody else say crazy stuff about you, why do you listen to your own inner voice say crazy things?
It's true.
Because only you can stop forest fires, and only you can
celebrate.
Be you. Hey, Swifties made an entrance right there. Look at that. But yeah, yes, I love that. The more you compliment people, and that's, going back to the very first part of it, how do you get yourself out of the darkness?
Absolutely.
I will find people during the day, comments on videos. I don't comment a ton on videos, but when I'm in my darkest moments and somebody made me smile, I'll give a compliment. And not even realizing that's what I'm doing, Earth Station Boo, is giving that compliment makes you feel gratitude. And it makes you feel like people are grateful for you. Because guess what? You're grateful for you because you just did something awesome.
That's right. Because I am awesome. Alone and together.
Yeah. You know what? And I want to say something about what you said earlier about Pollyanna and, man, something along basically believing people too much.
Yeah, I just assume the best.
I don't see that a ton in you because there's a negative side. I mean, it's not great. I mean, the believing what's in front of you is what I think is what I shoot for. It's like, what are you going to bring to the table? I don't care about all this other stuff. How are we working together? How are we interacting right now? But there's a negative, real needle mover of that, of people who believe too much or try too much, and that comes across as pulling from somebody else. And I've never felt that from you. I don't think you believe in me too much, or you're trusting me too much.
But I'm going to take what you say at face value until you prove me wrong.
And that's exactly how I operate. And I tell people that.
And then after that, I'm never going to take you at face value again, which makes me sad because then I have to frickin' think and examine and be strategic. And I hate all of that crap. Why can't we just be nice to each other?
I know, right? When our alien overlords show up and tell us how they seeded the planet, we'll ask them, because I don't have the answer for that. But I will say, I've done it too. And I only get disappointed in the fact that humans are humans. And because I'm blunt about everything I say I do. Everything, I tell you what I expect of you. I'm thinking like employee or like a kid or whatever. And when I don't get that back, when somebody wants to hide from me, I'm going to use it as a parable, not as a legitimate one-to-one thing. But it's like the parable of God in the Garden of Eden. Who told you? Why are you hiding? It's like, no, we were cool 5 minutes ago. I've done everything I've said. Why are you not telling me about these things? Why are you hiding these things from me? Why are you? And that's the biggest thing, to gratitude and to creativity and to a happy life. If you have to hide it, you're doing something wrong. That does not play into this coming Thanksgiving, or it might have just passed by the time you listen to this. So the holiday season and the family stuff. No, I do understand. There's times I am not wearing my drag queen jersey to my father's house. Him and my sister would not understand. It would cause a problem that shouldn't be there. Sure. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, don't work here. They could be better people. They could just let it go. But I let it go, going, why would I bring that? So I'm not talking about that. I don't hide that I've gone to see drag queens. I don't hide that I have friends that are drag queens.
But you don't have to put it
But you don't exactly. I don't. So
Since you
that's
aren't a drag queen, you don't need to put it out there.
right. And
Unless
honestly,
you've got a second life that I don't know about and you shade that beard alternately.
yeah. See, I have to do it right. And I don't want to shave my beard because
Okay.
I just don't like when. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's a whole other topic. But also, if I were a drag queen, I don't have to tell them because you can understand people's limitations. But the people that I trust, like you, my wife, my kids, my inner circle, whatever, I need to be able to share and do everything. And you may go, Charles, but it's fine, right?
I'd be like, where'd you find shoes to fit?
I don't mean the drag queen stuff. I just mean in general. I can remind you of a conversation we had way early on, but it doesn't matter. But if you have to hide it, you're doing something wrong. And so keep that in mind that you're not living who you're supposed to be. Extreme example, if Tyra, you're not ever telling your family that you're a podcaster and you're like, anytime I come around, you're like, and you don't let me talk about being a podcaster, well, then why are we even doing this? You're doing something wrong. Why can you not live in this? Why can you not enjoy it?
Okay, so I think that's easy to say about podcasting, but there are
Yes.
certain aspects of life that, unfortunately, some people have to make the choice to not be loud about it.
And that plays into knowing your bad. And okay, grain of salt, right? Not grain of salt. Parse it. You
Reality.
have to figure out where it lands in your life. I'm speaking the truth in general, right? It's a big old truth cake. You got to figure out what slice works for you in your life.
Well, and I think it's just I need to acknowledge the fact that there are people out there who cannot do that for whatever reason, that they cannot speak all of their truth because of society, because of the risk, because of X, Y, and Z. And we are lucky that we are able to do that. And I realize that you may not understand that, but there are people who can't do that because
It's not that I don't understand it. And that's a whole nother conversation. I'll let you have.
I think it's important to acknowledge that people cannot always live all of their truth outside with everybody.
Nobody can live all of their truth outside with everybody.
So
I'm going to tag in on that. There's no such thing. You can look at me on these snippets of life, which hour and a half is just a brief little snippet of life, right? And you watch everything I do, and it's still just a brief snippet of life. I don't say everything that I say with you and Bob with all crowds that I'm in.
right,
I
of course.
don't act the same way. If for whatever crazy, God forbid, however you want to take that reason, you and I ever have to go into a church together, a known church by that. I don't mean like some cool, strange, new whatever we're doing there, but like something I grew up in church. You're gonna be like, wow, no, this is a side you haven't seen, because I'm not going to play the game, but I'm not the con Charles and the podcaster,
Right, because it's inappropriate in a way.
But if you are pink hair and you're having to put a ball cap on, was it because your
Not
school
gonna
will
put a ball cap.
fire you? Then you shouldn't have got the pink hair. But if it's because you're afraid, then you shouldn't. You know what? It's a whole other conversation. Maybe we could get into another one about how to find the areas that you could live better in. Because coming off of gratitude, talking about this is our station boo one. This is where I'm on here. That there is someone better out there. There's negative thoughts like that people have that to a point are untrue. You know?
Yes, but that's not what we're talking about right now. This is not about, there's somebody better. It's acknowledging the fact that
I'm not trying to go to the whole world of there's drag queens who can never come out as drag queens, or there's gay people. I'm not talking about the extremities of things, Tyra. We're talking about
that's
the
not
the stuff that we feed ourselves that we should get rid of.
okay.
Because that gets in the way of gratitude.
Okay, that was not what you were talking about, in my opinion. So
Okay, well, I'm not sure I will go back to full circle. I apologize for whoever that landed, 'cause I don't know what you thought I was talking about, because I was talking about trying to, and sometimes that's here's the thing, going back to the parse it, right?
right.
I am talking about one thing that I can visually see in my head that is about the little things in life, the lies that we tell ourselves that get in the way of being grateful, that get in the way of being creative.
Absolutely.
Wherever Tyra heard, whatever you heard at home could land totally different. And if
Yeah,
it
that-
triggers something in you, all I want to say is this. dig into the why.
No,
That's it. Find out why it hits you. Find out why it's there. If it is something that you have to hide, I don't know. So I don't even know where you're going, Tyra.
No, because you were talking
But
about.
don't hide to yourself.
You were
at least.
talking about authenticity
Yeah?
in front of everybody, and I'm saying that
Okay.
there are people who cannot do that for various
Not
reasons.
everybody. No, not everybody.
So-
Thank you for saying that. I want to clarify. Not everybody. I thought talking about not wearing the drag thing to my dad's house explained that it's not everybody.
No, don't wear the drag thing to your dad's house.
But that means that's my idea of saying it's not everybody. So please, thank you for. Sorry, here's my gratitude. Thank you for
Yeah.
pointing that out. So
You're
I can
welcome.
say,
I love you.
I don't ever mean everybody.
Right.
So
I just thought it was, like I said, it's important to acknowledge that not everybody is in a situation where they can do that in life,
yeah,
no matter how much they love themselves.
find your categories of F them. All right, I'll
Yes.
bend to what you see, and then that should be less than 50% of your life. Hopefully,
Yes. We're
best
just not gonna
world.
talk about this.
And then the rest of it is you find that tribe, that people, that place that
Absolutely.
celebrates the hell out of you. So, which we have
True.
here on
We'll
Be
take
Awesome
that.
Together.
That's it. We've come to a conclusion that we are now on somewhat the same page. Yay!
I am very grateful for that, and that you don't strangle me every week as we put in the
I
poster.
try
of
not
this.
to. As I said, I'm grateful for patience. I
All
didn't
right.
used to have any. I got married, and it was like it got downloaded into me.
Oh, that's good.
It was
That's
weird.
good.
I'm just gonna
I'll
say,
bet.
it was I was never patient, and then I got married.
Hmm.
And then my husband's like, "Why aren't you upset?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I got patient, and it's all good. It's gonna be fine."
All right, Tyra, where can they find you on the web?
Well, first off, stop. It is Thanksgiving. I would like to hear some of the things, because we've talked a lot about gratitude. We've talked about expressing it, accepting it, all those things. But what are you thankful for in the season of thankfulness?
Wow, I hate that part. Why are
I
we
know, you just-
kowtowing to the
you skipped
societal
over-
pressures of the man?
It's not the societal pressures of the man. You have an episode about gratitude. The least you could do is share what you're grateful for this year.
Okay, you want to talk about the whole year? I am
Yeah, you
grateful
can talk about the whole year.
that I came back into being who I am and the freedom, and then that 5 years in the desert was learning a whole lot of new things and moving to a new place of life. And I'm grateful to be out of that boot camp and out of that whatever hardship you want to call it, because it was a rough 5 years. And I did what I had to do, and thankfully, when I'm in it, I don't realize how rough it can be till I get out of it. But I'm very grateful to be out of it, and I haven't felt more like myself than I have recently in years.
Good.
So I'm grateful for that.
See, those are some good things to be grateful for. Was that hard?
Only a little bit. If it was October, all day long, I'd tell you everything I'm grateful for. December, but because it's Thanksgiving week and all of the world is like, what you grateful for?
But Charles, you decided to have a show about gratitude.
I believe we, as I collaborated with you,
Yes.
followed the lead, because I understand our audience is only thinking about, not only, but that. Thank you, Tyra. What are you grateful for?
He also hates it when it's like days of the week or days of the year. He hates those things too.
Yes.
So you know. So if you ever want to tell a dad joke about what the day of the year is, yes. Oh, I need to feed that to Bob. I bet Bob could come up with something great. Okay. Anyway, on this day, her station food just.
Yeah. Oh my God. I hear it from like Tommy Boy. The old man is like, oh my God.
Yes. I'm grateful for the growth in my marriage and how close Shane and I've become and what we've been doing around the house and moving there. And I'm grateful to be creative again and to be writing. And I'm grateful for new friendships. I think that one of the things that's really hard as you get older is to meet new people that you can connect with at a heart level or soul level. And I've been very grateful to make some of those friendships. And one of them's in our backstream is Kaz. I'm super grateful for her. And Hollis, my husband and I are having lunch with her tomorrow, and she's a new friend. And the friendship with Bob and with you and with Scott Moore. I'm so grateful for the digital media track, bringing him back into my husband's life, because they knew each other long ago. and bringing him in mine. For all the digital media people that bless my world, that I met because of something called Dragon Con, which, yeah, I'm going to be grateful for Dragon Con because it's going to be 40 years next year. I've been to probably 38 of them, is what I finally figured out. Maybe
Wow.
39.
Holy
I've
crap.
never, yeah, since I started going, I've never missed, even if I was just there for a day. But it literally, if I look back at my life on the decisions of things that I got involved with that changed my life, Dragon Con is at the top of the list. It's brought me friends. It's brought me home. It's brought me a husband. It changed my life. It continues to change my life. I've written academic articles about it. I've given presentations about it because there's something about when you connect with your people that cannot be understated. And Dragon Con for me is that. So I am eternally grateful for it and for my family and for the fur babies that I have and love. The 3 that are waiting for me at the Rainbow Bridge and the 3 that bless my life now. So yeah, that's what I'm thankful for.
I am thankful that I can still be the Grinch about how much I dislike animals, and only do it when you ask me. But that you're still happy that you love your animals, and that
do.
because I'm not.
No.
Go for it. I would give you all of mine if I could.
One day Dobby's going to pee on your foot and I'm going to be like, go dogs.
Wow, that's the only time you'll hear that come out of her mouth as a staunch Georgia Tech fan.
Well, no, I cheer for Georgia except for when they pay Tech, which means Friday my husband will be watching the game from downstairs and I will be watching the game upstairs. Because, yeah.
But you
I
went
wish
to
I
Georgia
could-
Tech.
No, I'm a second generation Jack.
Oh, is he's the Georgia idiot.
He's the
Gotcha.
Georgia. No, he's not an idiot. He
Oh, I'm
born
sorry.
He was born and raised in Athens on Georgia footballs. And I appreciate that. And I love the dog. The puppy is
Indoctrinated.
very cute. I love the first one whose name was Q out of when I started cheering for them. I fell in love with because he was different and he had a brown spot and they wouldn't make him Ugga because of the brown spot. And then finally they had to and he was great. Anyway, so it's a dog, of course, that brought me to there. But yeah, no, Friday it will be Go Jackets 100%.
Yeah. I honestly don't care, so I just pick the side
I
of
know
the
you
people
don't.
around
I
me.
know.
I just wasn't. I mean, I was, but never indoctrinated into the sports ball.
It's okay.
But because of my entire family likes Georgia Tech, that's where I absolutely land.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
I mean, Daddy was an engineer from Tech, mechanical. I have his. My sister has his diploma, but I have the blank piece of paper they gave him because he didn't have enough money to pay for his diploma,
Oh no.
and he forgot to go by the office. So when he actually graduated, they gave him a blank piece of paper that says, "Hey, come pay for your diploma."
Yeah, my wife had something similar
I have-
when she
I
graduated
have
high
that-
school.
I have that in my china cabinet. So
That's awesome.
so go Jackets, please, 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 please. Okay, sorry.
All right, Tyra. Now, where
Yes.
can they find you on the web?
TyraBurton.com, because where else would they need to? Come to my home. It's where I own the web. You could also find me at linktree.tyraburton. But, take an extra step. Just TyraBurton.com, though. All the links are very easily there. Or, of course, you can find me at Linktree/Be Awesome Together, because that's where I share with Charles, who finally, I think, put it up on his own Linktree.
I did. I put on Beyonce. I,
know,
did it a
I
couple
know.
months ago. Whenever you called me
No,
out
a couple
last.
of weeks.
Whatever it was, time is a circle. It's a
Uh-huh.
blur.
Yes,
It doesn't.
that's right. Be thankful, Charles.
I've started to revamp charlesmcfall.com.
I am so excited.
And with where I host, it's a live revamp, so you can go see some of it there. But it's still got work to be done. There's just
I
no
can't
way that I
resist.
can see where I can. I can't figure out how to. I'm sure there's probably a way. I just didn't research it, but I can't figure out a way to
Oh,
build
I like
it
that
and then
better.
relaunch it. So
I like this better. Well, that's a hilarious picture.
Bishop helped me with some of the layouts and whatnot. Like he did a wireframe thing to help me give ideas, and so I went and just took the frame and basically some physical layouts, and I just started playing
Yeah,
with it.
Not bad.
Because you can't change things. I do miss the WordPress days when I had a WordPress site, so you could
Oh,
go just find a theme that fit that I wanted to do
Yeah.
and just slam it in, and then clean it up. I'm done in a day. Now it's longer, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah,
It looks
charlesmcfall.com.
good. It
Well,
gets
thank you.
it gets a thumbs up for its mid progress.
Awesome.
We'll see
And,
how you've at finals. We'll see how you're doing. But right now at midterms, I
did all
give you
right.
a B+A. You're doing
All
good.
right, I'll take it. Of course, it is the link tree of Be Awesome Together. It's the link tree of RGOP42, where you can also find the monster that Boo made. There's a link to throne.com/RGOP42 with like 50,000 things on the
Because
list.
Charles wants you to buy everything.
I do use it for a little bit of a placeholder for helping me remember what I'd like to get. But I've also lived in a world that, again, we build the worlds that we believe in, right? And early on in podcasting, some friends of mine had a computer just given to them to help them podcast better. I'm like, what? People do that? And then I had, I'd say, hey, and then my first 2 or 3 decent microphones were friends around me who believed in what I was doing, bought me a nice microphone. And so I just lived in that world because that is my love language. So I put it out there. If something comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Eventually, I'll buy everything on that list myself, and that'll be
There
cool.
you go.
Because the flip side of it is, we have all the money. I don't mean literally all the money in the world, but we have all the money in the world to be free, not worry about anything. You all are getting showered with things. Just be careful. I'll just say, if you go, oh man, I really like that thing, it might show up at your house in a week or two. So I'm not there yet, but I will be. All right, Tyra. I'm grateful that Cause has been here all evening. We got some fun stories to share with her after the fact here.
Yes.
Grateful that Diva and Our Station Boo came out. And I'm grateful that they're going to go out. And next week, when we come back, we're talking about how mentality affects creativity. They're going to bring 100 friends each with them live. It's going to be awesome. I'm so grateful for them doing that. Till next time, surf the chaos and enjoy the ride, people. It's going to be awesome this week.
Be awesome together. Go Jackets.
You're the mostest awesomest, Tyra.
Aww.